funny guys, and then there are magic guys, and then there's one that's funny and magic. He's here, Michael Finney.
Hello, Pat.
You rascal, you son of a gun. You're back home.
Yes, sir.
Working all the time.
Yeah, I was right up until June 8th. I took a little time off right now to get my shoulder back in shape. But yeah, I've been very fortunate. I've been blessed.
Yeah, because a magician with a bad shoulder.
You're not gonna. Yeah. I could sit and explain to you some little issues, but yeah, you got to have both arms and both hands working.
Can you get Tommy John surgery if you're a magician, or do they call it something else?
No, it's all called Tommy John when they reconstruct that elbow. That's what the surgery is for them. I had the shoulder done.
I don't know whether you know it or not, but I am a practiced professional hypnotist. You notice your eyes are getting heavier right now? Go back. Michael Finney, go back to the first time you ever performed a trick of any kind. Where was it? What was it? Who was it for?
Golden Eagle Restaurant.
Wow.
Up on top of the Valley National Bank building.
Wow, yes.
Where I know you had many a meal up
What
there.
a gorgeous restaurant.
Yes.
Yeah. What were you
Behind
doing
the bar, I was the bartender. I was the nighttime bartender. I had just left the San Carlos Hotel. They had offered me that job up at the Golden Eagle because New Times had written an article about the top bartenders in Phoenix at the time. And their bartender quit, and they found out. So Ron Morris asked me if I would come up and tend bar at the Golden Eagle, and I thought that's show business up there. That was the big time.
Yeah.
Wore a bow tie and a ruffle shirt back behind the bar. So.
And you did tricks for patrons so that the tips would come in.
That's what I did. I learned my first magic trick up there, and a guy was smoking. That was back when you could smoke in a bar. And I took the cigarette and I put it in my hand right there in front of him, and I made the cigarette disappear. And I didn't have to clean up the ashtray, and nobody was the wiser. And certainly I made better tips, yes.
A number of federal law enforcement people are making the cigarettes disappear too now, but it's a totally different reason.
Yeah.
You did not do magic as a kid?
No,
I mean, every magician I know started in order to be popular.
Yep. No, I was, grew up in a farming community. My father worked in a factory. He raised my brother and I, and so I was kind of my dad required that my brother and I work hard, know what it was like to get by in life, and he raised us pretty strict, pretty right, straight down the narrow. And so, no, I thought I'd be working in a factory, like my dad did, but I moved to Arizona, everything in a 64 Oldsmobile F85. My most prized possession was my turntable and my vinyl albums.
Yes.
And I started my life here at Southern and Mill in Tempe.
See, I mean, people who have not been around here for a while, or they may not necessarily have caught your act when you've been on the road, which is almost all the time, are saying, how do I know this guy's a magician?
Probably, if you follow it at all, Masters of Illusion, the television show that's airing right now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on Masters of Illusion.
But can you do a little of this?
A little magic for you?
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. A matter of fact, this is something that's always fun, and I bring a myriad of things so that people can get an idea of what it is I do.
So we'll move this.
Yeah.
We'll move this out of the way.
Yeah.
No magician.
So what color is the ball?
The yellow ball. A yellow.
Okay. Now, which hand is it in?
This one.
If you were to guess and you were at home, sitting at home, which one would you say it was in?
This one here.
Okay, that's the whole idea. And it's really, most of the time the kids figure out you're using two balls before you know it at all.
They look like minions.
They are. That's the new little, that's because you have to stay up to date with what's going on. I just haven't put the little eyes and stuff on them yet, and the glasses.
And you also have to pay that company.
See, if I do that much, then I'm in there trademarking.
Do you ever do this? I mean, always see the thing. There's nothing up my sleeve.
The old Carl Ballantine bit was nothing up my sleeve.
Tell everybody about Carl Ballantine. One of the funniest human beings I've ever seen in my life.
Well, all you have to do is go back to McHale's Navy, and you would get your first taste of who Carl Ballantine was. He played Gruber on the television show.
Big balding guy.
Big, tall, 6'4", 6'5", I think, and he had a great delivery. He was one of these old vaudeville guys, and he had a magic act. and every trick he did, it never worked. So he went to another trick, and it never worked. And so he was the greatest magician for this price range that was ever alive.
What an entertainer. Now,
Yeah.
now listen, you're in and out of Phoenix all the time. What have you been doing most recently? What show have you been doing, and for what cause?
Well, the one that we just did was for the veterans. June the 6th, we did a nice fundraiser for veterans. And right now, my charity event, this will be my 18th year.
Talk about that.
Of putting on the Dry Heat Classic. You know, you get to a point in your life where you say, okay, I'm done okay, and I'm pretty blessed, and what can I do to help others? Because I don't need anything else anymore, really. I just stay alive. So 1997, I decided to try to put together a charity event and raise some money and help people right here in Phoenix. So we started raising money for the Red Mountain Boys Academy, for the Phoenix firefighters, for the Pappas School for Homeless.
Oh,
We
that's
would put on Christmas parties and give away Christmas gifts. And it just started working, and I was so happy. And so now we're heading, this is my 18th year.
The Dry Heat Classic is?
A celebrity golf tournament where most of the celebrities are comedians and performers, so that you could corral these people up at one time, let them play golf and have a nice dinner one night, and then get them to all perform the next night while they're all here in town, while the room rates are as cheap as you can get them, while the airfares into Phoenix are as cheap as you can get them, and you can maximize the amount of money that you raise and get it to the right people.
His name is Michael Finney. He's funny, he's a magician, he's a philanthropist. Okay, listen, 30 seconds. I now see magicians almost exclusively, other than Masters of Illusion, on America's Got Talent.
Yes.
Do you like that show?
You know what? I kin it to old Star Search. You know,
Yes.
and I thought Star Search was better because you competed against people that were in your own category.
You were on Star Search.
I was a finalist on Star Search with
Yeah.
Ed McMahon. I was 2 minutes away from the
So
100,000.
look how your career's gone. Ed McMahon down to Pat McMahon. It's still good to have you. Michael Finney, he's so good. This is Pat McMahon, everybody's minion, on AZTV.
Closed captioning of the Morning Scramble is provided by Cliff Castle Casino Hotel, the perfect place to play.